I'm Susan Kirsten, and today we're here to talk about how it's important to measure the folding carton correctly. You already saw the video on measuring this kind of box, but today I want to talk a little more about why that's important. So I have two boxes here in front of me that look fairly identical. The A box is 9.5 by 1 by 8.5 in its proper dimensions. The B box is 8.5 by 1 by 9.5. So what I want to show you today is about how those lay out on the press sheet, because one of these turns out to be more expensive to produce than the other. It's really kind of shocking when you think about the two boxes, because really, laying on top of each other, they look virtually identical. But I've velcroed these boxes together so that we can see what they look like in their individual flat size. So here's the A version in its particular flat size, and then here's the version I call B in its flat size. You can see that one's taller and shorter than the other. So let's go ahead and try to lay these out on a standard press sheet. What I have here for the standard press sheet is a press sheet that's 28 by 40 inches. The reason that's important because that's a standard printing press size for most of the industry, not only for commercial printing but also for packaging. So it's kind of the workhorse. Granted, there are smaller printing presses and larger printing presses, but this is probably the press sheet size that's the most standard. Likewise, paperboard manufacturers also have produced a lot of paperboard that they have available on 28 by 40 roll sizes. So let's go ahead and take that blank and see how it lays out from the A box. So there's A. Let's see if I can get this to fit 4 up on the press sheet. That would be my goal, just looking at this particular blank. I ran out of room there. That's not going to work. Let me try it running it the other way. I'm going to have a little extra on the top. But here's another, nope, ran out of press sheet there too. That doesn't really work. Let me try doing what they call whirling and nesting. Let me see if I could get it 4 up on the press sheet that way. So this isn't as good for tight color control, but sometimes we can manage to get another piece up. Nope, that one only worked to 4 up, to 3 up. So my answer on item A is it fits 3 up on the press sheet. And if I have to deal with standard stock, I have some waste off the back. There are times you could have a custom roll size. Now let's go back and try my B. And that blank was a little shorter, but taller. So here we go. That one fits 4 up on the press sheet beautifully. So in this case, the box I labeled B would be the less expensive box to produce. And the reason that is because it would be less labor in the printing plant. You can imagine if you had 10,000 pieces and you had to run it only 3 up on the press sheet, it would be a longer press run. Likewise, same for die cutting, whereas the B box, it's 4 up, so it would be a shorter press run. So that's why it's important to get the dimensions in the right order, not only for the purposes of having the box open the way you want it and be oriented the way you want it, but also to get a good printing price. So that's it about why it's important to get the dimensions in the right order, and stand by for more videos on how to produce folding cartons.